Hey guys, how you going? Campbell here from Autodidactic Channel. Hope you're all having a splendid day. And of course, autodidactic means to be self-educated, and in this world we all need to be self-educated, because if we are not, the only choice we have left is to believe what other people tell us. And most of that information of other people comes to us from a small group of people, the mainstream media, the people who wish to control us, and it's becoming more evident every day that pretty much everything they say is wrong, is incorrect, and has been put out there to steer us in the wrong direction. And so today I thought we'd have a bit of a look at astronomy. I've just found an old book with some pretty cool pictures in it. Not really what we were told astronomy was back in the day, in the sort of 1600s. As you can see, this guy here is looking through, apparently through some kind of telescope, but that doesn't look like a tube. He's got all these weights here, very, very Antiquitech-y, and it's some kind of sextant thing, I think, that he's lining up with. But just look at the ornate nature of this. We've got angels here, got all these, very familiar patterns. And of course, we've got the lions and their shield up here. So yeah, let's have a look at this book and see what we can discover. So here we have the book, illustrations of machines, celestial machines, and this is between 1611 and 1687. Published in 1673, but the subjects we have, so these are drawings obviously, the subjects are from an earlier period. Nicholas Copernicus and Tycho Brahe. And we're looking at microscopes, sextants, soleils, horloges, lunettes, observations of astronomy, quadrants, astronomy, and plans. So here we go. Alright, so this is the cover page, and we have riding through the clouds so often, always people in the clouds. I've got our angels up here. I'm not sure what this dude, he looks like Pan. Don't know what he's doing, he's pouring something on her head. Oh, look at that, we've got a love heart. I've got the eye. All these bits, and down here we have, no doubt, the astronomers. And here we have the globe, and always see this is basically the astrology, the astrological signs. That's like the ecliptic. I've got a sextant sort of thing there, and this globe, as you can see, they're looking at the stars. That's not a globe of the Earth. That's a globe of the stars. We have I've got a bear here, we've got a scorpion. I'm not sure if that is a goat, but these are all the astrological symbols. So that is not, that's not the Earth. And is this, part of the deception? Did it sort of go from that astrology to, oh, hang on, no, that's the Earth, right? As above, so below. And here we have another funky little picture of some cherubs playing with lots of astronomy instruments. And this, this one even seems to be holding a trumpet. What a trumpet has to do with astronomy, I'm not sure, right? Though we are, of course, told of the trumpets sounding. Alright, so here we have our first piece of tech. And as you can see, it looks like, a sextant type device. Up here you can sort of accurately measure the degrees of movement, all that kind of stuff. And down here just, some, bits and pieces, clamps. And again, and back here, again, this is, 16, up here, 1611 to 1687. Look at this piece of tech. Now that's a highly machined piece of, if that's metal, I've got a screw here, it looks like it bends here and then bends the other way there. This is pretty advanced stuff. I wonder what, look at this with the balls and everything. It looks a bit Antiquitech-y. And obviously everything back in the day was just made so well, the craftsmanship was just, it's to the point that now people collect these things as art. So just another pic just of some of the bits and pieces. And again, you can tell straight away this is, this is a high craftsmanship. This is machined stuff. See this? Looks like that spins inside this. This spins inside this. These are like, I don't know, they're almost like, like electric motor, like coils or something. If that spins, electric motor, right? Sextant up here. Not too ornate, this one. Pretty standard. Doesn't have the Antiquitech on it so much. And here we have our first astronomer sitting back, looking very cool, looking like a musketeer. And he's looking through, where's he looking? Up here. Trying to get some kind of measurement of something. He's probably reading this. He's got his little weight in his hand. See, that goes up here. It's all weighted like a clock like this. It's actually, look at that. It's pretty much exactly, is that a clock? That is a, what? Is he holding, I don't know, maybe that doesn't go to the clock. But that's interesting that we've got two of these, I mean they're cuckoo clocks without the cuckoos, aren't they, with these big weights. One's got a pendulum. It's interesting that they're in the pic. Oh, here's another one. So clocks, right? I've always wondered why there's clocks in all the towers, because clocks are just for time. Clearly clocks aren't something that were everywhere in the old civilization, the old world. Have they got, is that another bit of tech that's been, subverted, that was something different, that was maybe to do with astronomy? Astrology, should I say, astrology. Astrology, not astronomy. Because this is the thing, astrology, sorry. Because this is the thing, is astrology, that the energetic reading of the heavens seems to have been turned into astronomy. Like tracking, so-called planets and stars around in circles. Because they love to subvert the tech and change it into something different. Looks like we've got half a pine cone coming out there. Very interesting. And all these sections, they're just sort of slightly different, aren't they? I wonder if they all have slightly different jobs. And again, look at this machined piece of something. See how it bends there? Bends this way. Looks like it bends there as well. Very, very high precision instruments for, people that were so-called living in the mud back in the, 1600s, no tech. Just all these ornate instruments. And look at that bit there, look at that. It's like a swivel ball that it's mounted to. And if this is all metal, where was all this made? Because we're told all of this stuff back in the day was all handmade, but when you start to look at really how intricate some of this stuff is, like all of this, there again, the big machinery made piece, they're all, pretty much identical, aren't they? They don't look handmade, they look factory made. They all come out the same. Look at these ones. Locked onto the balustrade here. And this is, of course, how they sort of change everything into the physical. Tell us everything's just about physical planets and stars spinning around in circles. There's nothing energetic. There's no message up there. We can't really, see what's going to happen in our future through the stars. I don't want us to think about that anymore, but there is, of course, that saying that millionaires do not use astrologers, but billionaires do. Look at this, got a little angel up here. I don't know what she's holding, bag of goodies. And see that? So that could be like a clock. What it's sitting on. Obviously that spins around to get the different positions of the sky, but this is the thing. What are clocks, right? I mean, clocks are really just a machine that builds squares around our experience. You know, it puts our experience into boxes that we call time. And then that time makes us weak, right? We have to go through the week until the week ends. Now, and look at this stuff. Look, oh my gosh, look how intricate it is. And just all these little extra bits and pieces, pulleys, weights. But look at this. I mean, this is a machine, right? But again, you know, look at the artistry with wings on it. And these must all mean something, even if they're just symbols, you know, for the use or whatever of these machines. I mean, because look at this. I mean, well, no, we wouldn't even consider building something like this. If that's just there, just, you know, to make this thing look cool, I mean, that's ridiculous. It's probably got other functions as far as, I don't know, maybe energy way. You know, we get these familiar sort of symbols that we see everywhere. Maybe it's some kind of hieroglyphics as well. I don't know. Has it got some kind of meaning? This guy's sitting here getting his measurements. This guy's about to shove something in the end and go, haha, you can't do that. Is she holding a gun? Alright, and here we have a very nice, huge section. It looks like got a pirate here. And look at that machine. That's huge. And there's always little bits and pieces hanging around. I guess these are like the adjustment pieces, you know, to adjust this thing and all the bits and pieces. But this is the thing, they weren't using these to navigate boats. You didn't need something like that to navigate a boat. So what are these, you know? Why so big? Why so ornate? And here's another pic of the same machine. As you can see, complete machine. Look at that. See, it's got a like a pole in the middle that's rotating on, a middle sort of pipe you can spin around on. And I mean, look how techy this is. How do you even use this? Just weights and measurements everywhere. And what's it all for? Just to what? To track stars? Planets? I mean, maybe. Oh, it's probably more to get a picture of the heavens, you know, because as I said, as above, so below. What happens in the heavens affects us down here. Again, these little people standing there. What are they doing? This time we've got a husband and wife team checking out the stars. And stars, right? Stars up in the heavens. And what do they like us to call all their puppets that get out and tell us the narrative that we need to believe? All these actors and musicians. Yeah, they like us to call them stars. There's even a Hollywood Walk of Fame covered in stars. And of course Hollywood. Holly is a tree that they used to make wands from. The Magi and magicians and people like that used to make their magic wands from the holly tree. So from the holly wood, the wood of the holly tree. And of course they use that to cast spells with their stars. And look at this machine. This is just 1611 it said, Guy. Well, 1611 to 1687. So well before the 1700s. And just look at this. Look at this tech. Well, again, where did they make this? This does not look handmade. You know, as far as it doesn't look like one guy in his wooden shed in the mud with a hammer making this. This is, you know, this is proper tech. Look at these hinges and things. So look at that, that's showing you that this is a ball joint. So this ball goes in here, you screw this on to hold the ball and then it moves around, so you've got movement. Just like the ball joint in our bodies. Having our shoulders and things. Look at, I mean, so that's pretty high tech. And is that a cannonball? Who knows? Right. It's husband and wife again, checking stuff out. Alright, this guy's posing for the photo opportunity. He's saying, haha, yes, this is my sextant. But look at the apparatus it's on. It's just kind of I don't know. These are levers, I guess, so he can weight it and... I don't know. And yet another one. And again, he's one of those ball joints. So they're showing us the tech. And here we go, all the bits. So I mean, look at that thread on that. Look at this. Look at that. I mean, I'm not sure I haven't looked into cogs and machinery. You know, obviously Swiss watches would be one. I thought they were 1700s. This is before that time, so I will have to look into the dates. No doubt someone will leave a comment. But yeah, just look at how intricate all this is and how machined it is and how perfect and ornate. I mean, look at these little dudes. I own the world. I own the sky. So again, these would both be astrolite. You know, like I said, these spheres are actually showing the heavens, not the so-called Earth. And all these little devices, you know, looking very mechanical. And this is the other thing, you know, all these machines, you know, it's like our watches, you know, they work, you just need to wind them up every now and again. And then it's pretty much free energy, right? Run off a spring. So is this all just, you know, more of the bits that we're using for free energy and for their free tech? You know, because free energy is not necessarily drawing energy from the ether or anything. It's just making something run that doesn't need to take any more energy from outside itself. And here we have some more. I mean, look at this. You know, this is high precision stuff. All the bits, all the schematics. And this is the thing, we get the, you know, pretty much as schematics for this kind of stuff. You know, where's the plans for the buildings? Because, I mean, look at this. Look how intricate it all is. It's like a clock. And, you know, here we have again, I mean, how clock-like is that? This is for the heavens, but this is the thing, like all these clocks in clock tower, I mean, post offices and things. And clocks don't seem to be something that they had in the old world. You know, like I said, clocks are used to define time into segments. Well, these are all astrological devices that were everywhere, letting everyone know, you know, what was going on with energy in the heavens. But they didn't like that, so they changed it all to clocks. They said, no, it's just about time. Go to work. Make sure you ask before you go to lunch or the toilet. But you're not a slave. And here we go again, more. Yeah, just bits of the machine. And, you know, clearly shown to show us what's in this. I don't think these guys are just ripping it apart. Here's another big ball joint. And what have we got here? Okay, so this is shining light in from the sky, and he's drawing a map by the looks of it. Wow, I have not seen anything like that before. That's pretty cool. So that looks like how he's drawing his star map. So even in this light, they sort of tried to show that pictures of the stars. So there you go. And look, they've even made this set of steps so that someone can check out your work. That's the critic steps. Okay, now are these finally telescopes? Because we haven't seen a telescope yet. Have you noticed that? They've all been sextants and things. These, how come they... Look how they're set right on the edge there. Suspended. Is this a seat, you reckon? There's been a few of these. It looks like an adjustable seat. It's pretty cool. And again, here we have, okay, so now we've got, oh, is that, no, that's not a telescope. That looks like, that's a piece of wood. What? That looks like a telescope that's stuck to the end of it. What is going on there? Right, clearly that looks like it's just going on to the end of the wood, this telescope, so we can't see anything. So again, he must be, I don't know, what are they lining up? He's showing a bit of the tech that he's using. It's all very intricate, isn't it? Alright, so now they've decided to make a big pole. Now look at these. These look like metal cast girders. I mean, what is that? How did they make that back in the 1600s? Look at the size of this thing. And this looks like what we're told is a maypole, especially with all these ropes coming off. Obviously they're normally at the top. What's going on there? Okay, a couple more pictures. Oh, this is how they've constructed it. Well, we've got, you know, pipes. Ah, look at that. Okay, so these square bits are hollow, so that must have been that last picture. He must have been looking through the hollow bit. So maybe that's, I don't know, some big sort of telescope thing. Here we've got ropes. So yeah, you know, again, you know, makes you question everything when you start looking at all these. You know, what was a maypole? Was it really just a pole that kids ran around singing songs? Is that why they built them, or what's this? Let's see if it shows us. Okay. Okay, so here we go. Have all these well-dressed people. And that looks like a piece of cast metal. It does not look wood. You know, it does not look wooden. Look at that thing. And so they're strung it up on this huge pole. Oh, there's a dude at the very top still tying it up. Let's see what's going to happen. Maybe they're going to hang two big balls, one on each end, and spin it around, and so they discovered gravity. What do you reckon? But again, the same story, you know, bits of wood, little old wooden fence, and look what's in the background. Okay, so this is turning into a major construction by the looks of it. Now we've got a platform with a level below. These guys are, I don't know what they're doing, some kind of adjustments. We've still got our huge, okay, that looks like it's been turned into a telescope now with a bit on the end. Yep, there's our little seat. It is a seat. So there you go. Like, how cool are these seats? And what are they doing here? Look at this. They've got this huge, it's now a huge tower with ladders inside it. And of course, a massive bit of Antiquitech on top. How did they get that there? Where did that appear from? And just these cogs of showing how it works. And it says A. I've got no description. Let's see if it's on the next page. No, it doesn't tell us what that A was, that dome. But again, look at this. I mean, completely, you know, metal. I mean, it could be, I don't know, steel, brass, who knows. But, you know, very precise machinery, isn't it? It's more of the weights and things by the looks of it. Okay, now what do we have here? So we have a huge building, so 4 or 5 stories tall, and then on the top, windows, they've got sextants. Then we have a big pole coming out the top here. Looks like another sextant. Okay, this is the pole they've been building, is it? Just trying to work out what's going on here. It looks like a ship's mast. And it's just in Antiquitech City here. So they're okay, so they're all on top of this building, all looking up at the stars. What's going on? Oh, that's actually the last page. Oh, that's no good. What happened? They didn't tell us the ending of the story. So there you go. I mean, yeah, lots of Antiquitech. I was kind of hoping we could see where they were going with that, but it just stopped. Yeah, so just everyone looking at the stars, all this machinery. I mean, like I said, clocks. Are they? What are clocks? What were clocks? What were in all these towers? Because I don't think they were sort of time division clocks. And here's another picture to finish on. This one, Johannes Kepler, 1571 to 1630. What the picture is of him. So we're looking at a picture from the 1600s. Got here Copernicus, Tycho Brahe, Ptolemy. All these names of these people who have said certain things about the shape of the realm we're in. All sitting around drawing their pictures. Here we have one of the sextants. We have all these interesting symbols. Got our globes here, our star map. What's that? Big cross. Looks like it's just hanging there too. And then up here, of course, got our Antiquitech ball, and this lady is charged. Got her halo going. This lady got the telescope, a bit freaked out by what she's seen. I'm not sure what's going on with this halo. Got some numbers or symbols in there. It looks like she's conducting some invisible opera or orchestra. Over here we've got the right angle. Bit of geometry in there. Floating balls. So they've all sort of got their own little different devices. Looks like she's checking the wind. Hair's blowing in the wind, and then we've got the crown up here, sitting on a wheel. I don't know what's going on there. Wearing a crown and the eagle on the top. Crown with its wings open. And of course it's all in a massive rotunda with a big dome on the top. So what's going on here? What it looks like is they find all these old buildings and they just basically rebrand them, reface them, put on the facade, and then they just sort of put out all this literature and pictures trying to tell us, no, this is what it is. It's not some kind of, rotunda Antiquitech or anything. It's where you go and look at stars. A bit like the movie theatre, I guess. Down here, look at this machine, Antiquitech. See, it looks like a dome that's been screwed down to something, like it's some kind of pressure chamber. Mystery Cosmos. Astro Optica. He's not looking too happy though. That's as far as I can zoom in, unfortunately. Here we have Insular Huena Danier. So I'm not sure where that is, but look in the middle there, we've got a big circle with a big spire in it. Yeah, Insular Havana? Don't know. And over here we have 2 more people doing some work. Got some names down here that I can't read. So definitely stamping, all these names. Here's another one, Hip Arch. Oh, Hip Arch. So that's the arch you go through, when you're not that cool. And then you come out and you're very hip. So yeah, just rebranding, rebranding. It's all about balls in space, apparently. So there you go, guys. Hope you enjoyed that one. Bit of a stroll through some Antiquitech and just a few questions on, what really are clocks? What really is all this Antiquitech? Who made it? Where did it come from? And, astronomy and astrology. Is it just another thing that they've subverted? Because they love their scientism, don't they? They love to tell it just to change the stories. You came from monkeys. They just changed the story. You weren't created divine. No, you just evolved from a monkey. No. Water doesn't always sit flat. Sometimes it goes around a ball when it's spinning through space, but for some reason the stars don't change. But just believe our astronomy, because, don't focus on astrology, whatever you do, right? And that's what this is. It's the old magician's trick. Look at this hand, but don't look at what the other hand's doing. So there you go, guys. Thanks for spending some time with me. Hope you have a fantabulous day, and I'll talk to you all on the next upload. Bye for now.